Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA, and I am down here at my friend Dean's shop. It's called SoCal Classic Car Storage in Orange County. I'm here with Dave. Saw Dave's car last weekend, was completely blown away by this, and so obviously we begged him and he said yes, and here we are about to shoot your 56.
Yes, sir.
Now this car has, you told me about this last week. It's got a great story. This isn't something you went out and found and bought. This car's like family.
Oh yeah, this thing has been around. My grandfather saw the car brand new and he bought it in the 60s from the people, and he's drove around forever, and
yeah.
My dad drove it in high school, and it just kind of ended up sitting in people's backyards and garages and just floating around for the last 30 years or so.
But always in the family.
Always
So there was one owner prior to your grandfather, and then
Right.
It's been your family the whole time.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow. That just doesn't happen that much anymore. You know what I mean? We don't see a lot of that anymore. So I think it's wonderful. How many years was it since it got passed to you?
Probably 2 years now.
Oh, okay.
My father got sick and he got cancer, and so we moved him over here, and he didn't have a place for the car.
Got it.
So he just said, son, this was going to be yours anyway.
Right
so
on.
He handed me the car, and we wanted to put it into a shop, and
Yeah.
kind of float around in a shop here or there, just nothing happening. And
Okay.
then we ran into Ralph at RMD at a car show, and
And he's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
beyond the work they do, I've met him a few times, and he's a
Ralph's
pretty
great.
wonderful guy, man.
Oh, he's like family now too.
All right, so the car at that point, you got it, and it's pretty ratty condition, I would guess.
Oh yeah, it was primered. I mean, the interior kind of had been done with this, bench seats, but just primered out, just a roller basically.
Still the original motor in it?
Original motor, the
283?
262, the little small V8.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay.
little small V8. But yeah, all stock. All
Wow.
stock. Yeah.
Well, let's pop the hood and we'll start there
All right.
to see what it's got now. All right.
So now it's got a LS3, custom build, long tube headers, just full on custom.
Yeah.
It's reliable, it drives great. I don't have to worry about any kind of reliability on it. So
Of course, yeah.
it drives like a new car.
Yeah.
So,
I love what he did with the
these
getting
are
some
custom
valve covers,
fabric-
because those are kind of ugly. You know what I mean?
They're not the prettiest of motors, but
No,
yeah,
they're
they
not.
dressed it up real nice. These were custom
Really?
made by RMD. It keeps the modern look, but it kind of has that throwback valve
Yeah.
cover look to it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Bel Air emblems is a nice touch on there too.
Definitely. Now, is it a built LS3 or is it a?
It's got 450 horsepower.
Right.
So it's not too built, but enough to get you by. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I can see, putting my head in here. Obviously, you've done suspension. Oh yeah, you've definitely.
Yeah,
done
it's got a
suspension.
roaster shop chassis, the spec
Oh,
chassis.
really?
Yeah. Coilover 4-link. Yeah.
I love it. Those guys. That's another bunch of guys.
Oh, yeah.
You met Jeremy and Phil, I'm sure.
Yeah, I met them at SEMA.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But yeah, they were great
Super
guys.
cool guys, and their work is, it's really as good as it gets
Oh.
in the world of suspension and chassis, and kind of ready to go. So this probably came with brakes already on there as rollers.
Yeah, I think it came with, one thing I wanted was Willwood brakes, so we swapped
Yeah.
out. I think it came with Bel Air brakes, but we
Okay.
swapped it out. I wanted some Willwood, so we put
Okay.
some 6-piston Willwoods on there. And
Right on.
They custom painted the calipers to match the two-tone as well. So.
Yeah, they really killed it on this build, man.
Yeah.
What are these wheels from?
They're
you know?
Raceline. They're Raceline
Okay.
Fugitives.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of keep it classy, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a muscle look to it. We named the car Legacy after, my grandparents. We wanted to do this build for my grandfather. He always wanted
Yeah.
to see this thing done.
Yeah.
And we finally got it done, and he got to see it. We unveiled it right before SEMA and blew him away.
Awesome.
Yeah, his wife, 60 some years, had just passed earlier.
Oh.
So we got Mary Esther is on the back on the license plate for her, and yeah, we named the car Legacy. So
Very cool,
yeah.
dude. I love it, man. Absolutely. The colors, what do you know the name of this? Because a lot of people will ask what the color cover.
It's
would be.
Ruby Ice and Vanilla Cream.
Okay. Yeah. And it's funny. a lot of guys have heard me say this. I'm not a massive fan of the Kindig handles personally. I'm just, no knock. It's just
Yeah.
not my flavor. On this car, I swear to you, I'm not saying this because we're shooting. It fits it well.
Yeah, we really want to just streamline it, everything. No
Yeah.
mirrors.
Yep.
Put the Kindig on. Took a lot of some of the emblems off, just to kind of just make it smooth and make it clean. And
Which, by the way, ballsy move to go, no. Is that one where you go, hey, honey, are we clear over there?
Yeah, pretty much. I got a little clip-on mirror that I use. So if I do get pulled over, I'll clip the mirror on.
Yeah. Is the bumper fitted a little more flushed, or is
yes.
that?
Yeah, they tucked the bumpers, sucked them in.
Yeah.
They shaved all the bolts.
And I'll bet you see this sitting next to a stock one, and it's just,
oh yeah.
I mean, my God, the amount of changes that there are.
Yeah, see, there's this one here. It's got these little.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. All right, so I know you got to use the button, right, to pop the trunk. I want to see what's up in here. I love that. That's just, I'm sorry. I know it's like simple, but that's just really cool.
It is. Yeah, that was one of my.
Again, cleans it up, not having the keyhole.
I didn't want keyholes. I didn't want to have keyholes for anything. So just another thing to kind of smooth the car out. So.
God, this is pretty, man.
Juan over at RMD did all the custom, all this metal is custom made.
Nice.
All the mesh, everything is all that's his touch. He did it all by hand and hand bent all the stuff.
And are these all speakers here?
No, that's just for looks. Yeah,
look.
I didn't really need anything crazy on the stereo system. I mean, it's got a kicker system, which is really nice. Yeah. But you know, I didn't want anything over the top, and I didn't really need it. You know, it's just like we're here to cruise and have fun and enjoy the engine sound. You know,
for sure.
It's got a Borla exhaust, and
nice.
He's like the ATAC system, which is pretty much the loudest one they got.
Nice. Okay, now comes the tough part. Let's go deal with that interior, because the interior, you guys, is stellar on this car. Even that, just like the first thing that my eye catches is that, again, matching your engine bay.
Yeah, so they went satin, which is really good because you don't get the reflection like the sun. You know, which was a big deal, I guess. My dad and my grandpa always said that the reflection was really bad if the sun
I've driven
hit
them,
the
and the glare is brutal. Yeah. I mean, I've got a turquoise one in my shop, and it looks wonderful, and the glare is.
I'm sure it blinds you, right?
It's awful. It's horrible.
So yeah, again, Moore & Giles did all the leather. All this is these were, I think, Lexus seats that they remolded.
So you're full powered and
full
stuff.
Power, yeah. Yep, full power.
Are they heated and cooled too?
No, they actually had the thing on there, but we didn't put them on there. But, yeah. And then we got air conditioning, Resto Mod Air. In there, so we did the custom. They ran all the piping through the console and actually had them put. I wanted air conditioning for when the kids are in the back seat, so they custom fabricated some vents in the back.
So that's what those are?
Yeah, those are air
match
vents.
Your trunk.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's obviously a custom gauge as well.
Yeah, it's I think Classic Industries.
Okay.
And then RMD put the RMD logo there. Yeah. Nice little touch there. And then they had the cool back here with the nice Bel Air. I thought that was a nice touch as well. We were almost going to go a bucket or bench in the back, but we decided to go with
those buckets are so cool back there, man.
Yeah, I've yet to sit back there, but I hear it's comfortable.
Have you ever sat in the passenger seat?
Yeah, I let the wife drive a couple of times.
Okay, a couple of times.
She's afraid to drive it, so.
Do you have any idea how many hours are racked up in this build?
I'd have to look. I know it was quite a bit. They started this build in April and had it done by November for SEMA. So, I mean, yeah.
That's
so the end of October, they had it and rolled it out. We had a quick unveil there in their shop in Long Beach. Yeah. And put it on the truck and took it to SEMA. So they
you got thousands of hours
thousands,
into this.
Yeah, thousands of hours.
Yeah. I would love to know what it feels like sitting passenger seat in this car. I am not going to ask you about me driving. That's not a question here. But I'd love to go for a little drive and see what it sounds like and feels like and stuff. Cool?
Sounds good, yeah.
Here we go, you guys. All right, you guys, before we go for a drive, we've got merch, atlamerch.com. We've got really cool shirts, hats, stickers, and I absolutely love our keychains. Now, let's go for a drive. Nice. Sounds great.
Sounds great. I love the sound.
It's funny, just cruising along like this, it's got that subtle, nice, quiet rumble.
Yeah,
but when you get on it, it makes some noise. I gotta admit, Ralph, you guys and your crew, man, I'm really knocked out. The level, and I shouldn't be, I mean, they're very well known, but you know how it is when you're in a car, you kind of look around and you keep looking, and part of my eye wants to find, okay, where did they miss?
Yeah, right.
You guys feel free to comment, but I'm not seeing where they missed. I'm seeing just extraordinary attention to detail everywhere I look here.
They had very good detail. That's the thing, Ralph is very, very meticulous.
Yep.
And I think we got along really well, because I don't know, you could tell with me too, I'm pretty meticulous myself.
For sure.
We got along really well, because he knew how picky I was, and he was just as much, not more. So.
Yeah. Sounds so good, dude. And the Roadster Shop chassis, it's a noticeable upgrade, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I drove in it one time when I was probably 10, 11 years old, and you know, the shocks were gone, and it was running, but man, that thing, you felt like you were getting seasick, you know, in the day.
Totally.
So I didn't really experience it before, but I mean, I tell you, this thing drives just great. I mean,
yeah. And these seats are you said these are out of a Lexus?
Yeah, so the shell's a Lexus.
Did they chop them down a little bit to get
pretty much, it's just the shell. They gutted everything out, and we foamed, did everything. So all the foam's just redone, custom. It's all, I mean, they put a lot of time into this thing. Love the daylights too. It's got the rings around it.
Oh, those are cool. I just noticed that.
Oh, and you got to see the blinkers too. That ring turns amber and blinks. So.
And that's your blinker? Yeah. Pitch
it. This thing stops better than my newer cars, my regular cars, man.
Willwood, man, it's why I think it's become the go-to. Is they're good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that is it for our shoot of Legacy 56, man. This is such a stunning build. This, in my opinion, is as good as it gets in the world of custom builds. Not only does it look incredible, but it's put on a great chassis, suspension, engine, all the refinements you could possibly ask for. I mean, everything on it's right. And then oftentimes we see builds that look this good, but then you drive them and they don't drive. This car is everything. Ralph, RMD Garage, thoroughly impressed with what you guys have done here. A massive thanks to Dave and his wife for coming out and shooting with us. And I seriously hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, because I think this is a spectacular build. So as always, you guys, I say thanks for hanging and watching and supporting what we do. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode. All right, man. Later.